this is what happens when you try and force the people who have no business being warriors to be warriors. They then complain that they might actually be thrust into a warrior role. No, it should all be performance-based.
All right, so we got to jump into this story because the military, as we've noted before, is having a really hard time going to woke and trying to make sure that they get people recruited. And it's just, when you take a dump on yourself as the military, it makes it really hard. But now they're saying that transgenders do have to, in fact, join the military, right? So it's official. If you were born a dude, you have to sign up for selective service. And
that means draft, right?
That's draft, yes. For all of those out there, that's when you sign a card that says, hey, if we make a really bad decision and go to war with somebody for whatever reason we deem necessary or politically expedient at the time, you got to go.
Except for women.
Oh. Except for women.
But they still got the vote.
Is that true? They did get the vote. No bucket duty,
women
no draft.
are not in the draft. But
Right.
you used to only get the vote if you were eligible for the draft. And then women were like, we want to vote. And we're like, okay, do you want to do the draft? Like, we don't want to do that. We said, you can vote anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to do selective service if you select a cervix?
I'll allow it.
I don't know if they do a cervix. I don't know if they do a cervix. I think it's just I think it's just like an inward tremor.
Oh, it's true. I don't even know what's down there.
No.
It's like the sound effects from Dune.
Yes.
A couple Mick Jaggers.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, look, this isn't a new policy or anything. This has kind of been in place for a while. But the topic did go viral when the U.S. Selective Service posted a tweet about who actually needs to register. And I'll read the quote for you. Parents, if your son is an only son and the last male in your family to carry the family name, he is still required to register with the... And you should never abbreviate with S's.
No.
Just even if you're using 3, 4, the SSS. Okay. Just don't do that. Selective service. Just say it. It's okay.
They also shouldn't have used lightning bolts.
That's true. I know they were big fans of Zeus, but still, you shouldn't do it. And
this movie, Saving Private Ryan, would be like 3 minutes long.
Oh no, it's a beep.
Yeah. We couldn't find him.
Yeah. The doors just go down, zzz, and you just hear the Germans from the turrets. That's it?
That's all you bring?
Ah, okay.
Save your bullets.
We tried, then we just had lunch.
They will all drown. They cannot swim. Well, look, that tweet links to the transgender section, the one that we just quoted, of the SSS bad name website where the official policy is listed, right? So this is what people are clicking on. U.S. citizens or immigrants who are born male and changed their gender to female are still required to register. Individuals who are born female and change their gender to male are not required to register. Comment below. Do you think that's fair? If you were born a woman and you add on the requisite materials or not, and you just take off the ones that, we don't have, you don't have to join up.
It begs the question, why?
Yeah.
Why? They don't believe their bullshit.
No, of course not.
Like if you're female to male, you're absolutely 100%. You have all the shared experiences. You are now completely a man, right? You now exist through all the experience that is.
You get all the privileges,
but no, of course we don't expect you to be as physically capable. You don't need to be eligible for selective service. Look. Either be 100% on one side or the other. You can't really consistently have it both ways. They don't believe it.
No. And what's really funny is that people now in the transgender community, thank you, aren't happy about the news at all. And so this is pretty funny. A headline in Pink News, by the way, if you didn't know, a gay publication.
What?
A headline read, trans women...
I read Balloon, not Herald.
Yeah.
I read 3 in the Stink.
Yes.
Plane Drifter.
Brown Starfish Post.
All the news that's fit to pound. Sorry. It's the chair. It just does it to me. Anyway, that seems
One Brown Eye Times.
That seems a bit on the nose as a name for your publication.
Lesbian.
It would be normal in Babylon. They're good. Well, the quote read, trans women must sign up for the U.S. military.
The O-Ringian.
Damn you. I'm just waiting.
That's the last one.
No, I have more, but I'm trying to figure out what's going to get us ripped off the internet.
Oh, there's a lot.
You don't think the SS Trans Brigade is going to do it?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm just very curious. I think personally, we're on a serious topic. If you're going to put on the dong, it's just probably worse than any pun I was going to make. You should probably go and fight.
Yes. Or subscribe to the Pink News.
Yes. That's what I do.
Just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Anyway, here's the quote from said
the cock
pink.
don't fit, you can't join the outfit.
No. Drop down and give me head.
Do I look like an asshole?
Yeah. What we have here is a failure to scissorate.
You were about to call me an asshole. That was the quote from Arlie Ermy. All right, listen. We're going to get through this. Pink news. Trans women must sign up for the U.S. military draft under irrational and outdated
I didn't know
rule.
they stack dicks that high.
They carry them out like officer and gentlemen. Love dick us up where we belong.
I will cut off your balls so that you cannot fight in any of my wars, Private.
Well, good. Wouldn't be the first one.
He's like, already done it.
Just fly and you live a lie.
We're so banned. The article also included some scathing responses by trans activists on Twitter. They were not very happy about this. F the selective service system and its transphobic bioessentialist inclusion of trans women as men. I don't know why an accent is necessary to read that. It just seems irrational, so I did it. Another user lamented on their status as a trans person, and this is where it really starts to hit home, guys. Really, this is a serious moment. Being
home
trans,
where their dad hasn't been in 9 years.
That's true. Probably longer. Being trans isn't fun anymore.
You lose.
Please soundbite that.
Any sentence. You're just taking all the fun out of it, guys.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Being trans isn't fun anymore.
Neither is life.
I just got my selective service letter. They're going to put me in the trenches. Those are called early graves.
Yeah, they don't use trenches anymore.
Because it's about fun.
Yeah, it's been about about 100 years since we did trench warfare. I mean, maybe there's a trench here or there, for some cover, but it's not like that's what we normally do.
Yeah.
And do us a favor, hit the like button. It absolutely screws.
He was hoping for
to do that.
A fuck hole.
Any hole will do.
Yeah, that's right. I'd like to share a glory hole with you anytime.
Yes.
You can be in my hole.
Oh, what?
Whoa, no, don't sound by that. No, come on. Context matters.
Just gay.
None of them are fighting, but they are all hiding behind.
It's a camaraderie, Dave. Band of brothels.
Yeah. They don't even bring guns.
They just immediately abandon their post. It's like Homeward tit bound. Just run
away. Well, all of this is interesting because then we had a bit of a different reaction when the Donald Trump banned trans people from joining the military. Watch.
What do you want, not just the president, but others out there to know about your service, your commitment to this country?
Right. I can't think of a single person that decides to join the Army or the military, any branch of service, on a whim. We all want to do something that is much larger than ourselves and contribute in a way, and are extremely patriotic and hardworking people. And to think of people judging us by happening to be transgender, that shouldn't make any difference on our ability to serve, and it doesn't make any difference on our ability to serve. We all carry out our jobs and do our duties every single day, and this isn't going to stop me from continuing to show up, continuing to do my job. I have never missed a training as a result of being transgender. This hasn't impacted my ability to serve, and I've fulfilled my obligations over the last 12 years.
Well, Captain Robertson, apparently the selective service agrees with you. That opinion's not very old, by the way.
What PT requirements did Captain Robertson have to go through? Do we know?
Do we know which way Captain Robertson went? I can't.
Well, either way,
do you know? Do you guess?
I think Captain Robertson wasn't a woman to man. Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, probably biological female born. And
so did he have to do? Did Captain Robertson have to do the female PT? Well, now they have the gender neutral, right? So they all have to do the same thing, and then women still fail?
Because the other ones it was just too hard, because that's how combat is rated.
Yes.
We prepare you for combat by doing things that aren't very hard.
Well, it's not fun anymore.
Well, it's definitely not fun to be transgender anymore.
He's serving his country, though, with pride, and I think that's admirable, regardless.
Yeah, right, absolutely. But the problem is, it doesn't matter which way this goes.
Right.
They're going to be pissed off and use the victim card. 100%. Right now, we talked about this the other day when we played the Family Guy clip. It's like, oh, yes, just please do whatever you want all the time. You know, it's like, complain however you want all the time. But look, luckily for all the trans patriots, Biden overturned Trump's ban shortly after taking office.
And what I'm doing is enabling all qualified Americans to serve their country in uniform.
You voted for it.
You did. And, this is what you wanted. The fascist is gone.
Restoring the situation that existed before with transgender personnel, if qualified in every other way, can serve our government in the United States military.
Absolutely. Well, this was the guy you voted for. You can't have it both ways. Either you're pissed off because you're banned from joining the military, or you're happy that you can go and join the military if you want. But look, if you were born a man...
Slappy's revenge.
Part of being a man is selective service. This is something that we've talked about, right? There are responsibilities that men are born with, and we understand that. And we gladly take on those responsibilities as long as you don't crap on us for having those responsibilities and the personalities to fulfill them.
Never in my wildest dreams, if you'd have asked us 10 years ago, would we imagine a president wearing a mask, signing a bill that people who only 3 months ago who lived their entire life as a man can now identify as women and join the military that way. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's the same issue we've talked about. So we've had sergeants on the show, who are anonymous. Yeah. Female sergeants. It changes the dynamic, in a troop.
Yeah.
When you have a woman in there, because men want to protect women, they don't want them to be harmed.
Of
right?
course.
So they often this idea you never leave someone behind. That's not true. With women, they'll be more protective. They actually might actually stay behind. And also when you're dealing with, look, the statistics show that with transgender individuals, the litigation is off the charts. I mean, how many times have we had to deal with it? This is going to create an uncomfortable environment where people are walking on eggshells. You should not have to worry about offending people because you're not using the right pronouns when you are in the heat of battle. And the people who are saying this isn't fair, it's not fun anymore, those are the exact kind of people who are going to go in looking to be offended. What you want are leather-necked hillbillies who would be killing something anyway.
Exactly.
You want people who want to be in there fighting. Yeah. There's a reason that warriors were venerated throughout history.
Of course.
And now we're trying to force, this is what happens when you try and force the people who have no business being warriors to be warriors. They then complain that they might actually be thrust into a warrior role. No, it should all be performance-based. And if you're a female identifying as a male and you can make it through all the male requirements, fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a great
not
point.
Fine, but sure.
Well, you don't want to change the culture of the military in this kind of way. And I know people use it. Well, what about when they allow black people? That's a totally different thing. What I'm saying is you don't want to make the military less effective by the training that you require because you're making allowances for people that you shouldn't be making. The standard is the standard. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the most fit person out there. If you can't pass the standard to go into battle and fight for this country and make sure that we win the war, you don't get to go.
It's an incredibly lazy argument. Let me show you that's a lazy argument. The same thing when they say interracial marriage, and compare it to same-sex marriage. Let me ask you this. Do you believe for a second that when you're talking about men, let's just use men as an example, men on the battlefield, do you believe that there is something that a white man, and I'm no joking here, we want to be careful, that there's something that a white man brings to the battlefield that a black man can't?
No.
Of course I don't. Do you believe there's something that a white man or black man or brown man or pick whatever color you want here brings to that service that a woman can't? Of course. They're not fundamentally interchangeable. Men and women are not interchangeable as men of different colors are interchangeable, just as women of different colors are largely interchangeable.
Right.
Largely. We have differences. Of course, there are differences between races, but we are fundamentally the same if we are men, if we are males, and if we are women. To act as though it's comparable, to act as though two dads is the same as a mom and a dad. Whether it's black or white, a mom and a dad doesn't matter. The race doesn't matter, but a child needs a dad.
Yeah.
If a child only has two moms, he's missing a dad.
Yeah.
If a child only has two dads, he's missing a mom. If you have a brigade and all of a sudden you have, well, hold on a second, it's not just mixed race, it's trans, that is fundamentally different from people of different races. It is a racist argument to make because you are suggesting that black and white is as different as male to female transgender soldiers, which, by the way, they don't even believe because they told you it's no longer to be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because it's a minority type where you're comparing a minority skin color between a sex, and it just doesn't make sense. It's not.
No, like you said, it's a very lazy argument.
Racist.
It's easily defeated, and it actually is a little bit racist. I just want our military to be good at fighting.
I believe men and women are very different. I don't believe that biologically white men and black men are that different. I think there are some differences.
I've seen
black men are
Tuskegee Airmen.
fast.
They can fly just fine.
Black men are faster.
They may have some advantages.
Yes, they're fast. If you check where could I possibly put? Everyone got quiet. Where could I possibly pull up the top 20 land speed records?
Exactly.
Find a single white guy, for crying out loud. I'm just saying there are different attributes that people from different races may have, but they're not that different. I don't believe it.
I was just nodding along when you
Yes.
said that, actually.
It's like,
I've watched professional sports. I'm usually, if we want to put out an all-white basketball team or football team versus an all-black one and go, which one you want to bet on, Dave? I'm not going to go, the honkies.
Yeah, is it Larry Bird? Then definitely the other guys.
Give me 5,000 on the crackers, and I won't be back to get my money.
Right. Same thing with boxing, unless the white guy's Irish and he's currently drunk.
Yes.
Well, look.
True. Well, and I think you made a good point, though, Gerald. It really is about the complaining. Mm-hmm. It's no matter what they do, you got what you wanted. Now it's a complaint.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't really matter what anybody does to cater to anyone or to help fix the situation or give them what they want, because all of a sudden you don't want it.
Exactly.
It's all about being a protected class and complaining about never getting your way, even when you get it.
Yes. Right. So just pick a lane for us and let us know. Just tell everyone else what you want, but you got to pick a lane, guys.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.